Every high and crushing low taught me something invaluable: resilience. I began documenting my journey, recording every lesson and every step towards rebuilding my success and my mental, even if no one else was watching. I didn't know where this path would lead, but I had Frank, Rosario, and the memories of everything I built and lost, fueling my determination. What you're about to see is my journey, the highs, the lows, and every moment in between, captured during a time when I was all alone, but never defeated. I'm going to get back to being a millionaire. No matter what, I will make it.
How's it going, guys? Let me give you a small update. What Schengen? Am I getting it? I don't know. Today's day one. I'm doing jaw training stuff. I'm trying to train my body back again. I'm getting back into shape now that I have a little bit more money to kind of play with. So, with that being said, let's see what's going on here. So we got Bitcoin at 67,672. Today's date, by the way, is June 1st. Oh shit, baby! Next month is the anniversary of this series, by the way. So it's gonna be crazy. I'll do something like pop wine or some alcohol or something like that. But yeah, that's Bitcoin, like that. Ethereum is at, what the fuck, dude? Ethereum's at $3,802, so not bad. And it's trailing up because I guess the ETF is rumored to be coming through, so we'll see. So let's see what's changed. As I told you guys lastly, I've been working. It's now been almost a month. It's been, almost pretty much a month, maybe like 3 weeks and a half or 4 weeks from now. And it's just been interesting, the way things have been going and shit. And so, I just wanted to let you guys know that it's been really cool. It's been chill. Sorry, I'm just watching somebody just like dump their trash on the side of the road. It's been super chill because I've really been acclimating and trying to learn everything I can in this job. With it being very similar to Verizon and all this other stuff, like it's been nice to see all the similarities, but also trying to learn all the differences and try to get acclimated with everything and, push everyone forward and push everyone up as far as like wanting to help everyone that is in my store. It's a nice feeling of knowing that like you want to lead the charge on that. And so I have a lot to prove, trust me. I've been saying all sorts of shit like I can do this, and now we got to live up to it. So that's the goal. That's the goal, to start, taking names and showing people that I'm not just like all talk, that I can actually do it. And so that's been fun. Paycheck has been okay, way better than before, so I can't really complain. And my days go by really fast. Like, weirdly, my days are going by faster than I even know what to do. That's been strange, like to have days just run by like they're nothing. Whereas before, when I was working like 7 days a week, I swear to you not, like the days I would spend in my car would literally, like, it would be like hours. Like 3 hours felt like 8 hours, and like fucking 8 hours felt like 10 hours unless it was busy, which was very rare. And I just like the fact that when you've grinded so hard or so much that when you come down a level from that and you're making more than you have before, it's a nice feeling knowing that like you've already went through the hardest portion, like the hardest you could be at. Like your body was running at 100%, and now when you drop down to 70%, now you're a little bit more just like you're just leveled out, right? And so that's where I'm at. I feel very leveled out, which is nice. I'm not working too hard, but I'm also not having to pay as much as gas, and I'm making more money, and it's a good feeling. This paycheck really balanced me out, and it won't be until next paycheck, so that will be like 2 weeks from now, more or less. When I get paid on that, it's going to be nice because that's when I finally get out from under my debt that I've just been in for, like, you know, just I was constantly either behind, like probably a month or so behind, and now I'm like ahead, so it's a really great feeling. One thing I did tell Frank that I was going to do is start paying PG&E, so there's one thing that I will do. It is less than my rent, which is great, but I'm also not making a full paycheck. Like, my paycheck should be like $4,000 a month once commission pushes through, but right now they're only about maybe 1,800, 2K, somewhere around there. So it's better than I was living with, but I still got bills to pay. I still got things that I need to get handled, and a whole bunch of shit that I've had to just wait on for 6 to 7 months. So it's a big thing. One thing I'm starting to see is that, Rosario, she's his wife, and I can tell, I could speak Spanish. I can understand Spanish, not to 100%, but to like 50 or 60%. And what I've been hearing the last, usually I don't gossip in these videos, but I feel like it's good to know the reasons behind my logic of things, especially here, because it's going to be a full in-depth. Like, I'm not going to try to weasel out or leave anything out. I want those hardships to be in here so that way you guys understand like what I actually had to deal with, and it's not all fun and rainbows. So like I said, with Frank, we already know, just to kind of get you guys up to speed, Frank is very ambitious, but also it's later in his life. So the fact that he made the mistake of that job stuff, like in Santa Rosa, really crippled everything he had, as far as income, as far as everything, because he was a man that only knew pretty much one thing. And I always let you guys know, this tattoo here, my Ace Joker thing, it means something, Jack of all trades. You need to have more skills than just the one skill. If all you know is construction, and that somehow you can't do it anymore, and you get to an age like this where if you were to fail at that, or something were to happen that you couldn't do it, like, that's your whole income, that's your whole life. So he's in a predicament where that's the case. Like, that's all he knows how to do, really. So, which really sucks, because it's like, yeah, like, that's everything. So with that being said, it's a scary situation for him, because I've been helping him with Indeed. So in the past week, just to kind of catch you guys up, we've been applying for jobs for him. He had an interview 2 days ago, which was cool. I showed him how to use Zoom and all this stuff. But like I said, if he can't find a regular job, then I have no clue what's going on. And the fact that we're going through a bankruptcy, and I could see the bank accounts and stuff, and I'm seeing like purchase here, purchase there, from like what little money that we have, and I know that we have to pay the tax people, and we have to pay the fucking bankruptcy person to get things going. It's like, what are you doing? So that's my mentality on his situation. I think it's a weird situation, because no matter what, I've told Frank many times, this is what we need to do. This is what we need to do. But he does his own thing. And for another man to tell you what to do and stuff, I get that. It's like an ego thing, but I really can't tell him what to do, He's grown enough. So it's like, if he doesn't want to listen to me, then it is what it is. But I want to let you guys know that is going to be part of my decision and what I'm going to do in the next like 3 or 4 months, because I don't want to be around something that's bound to fail, and somebody who won't listen to what they like. His whole goal is to re-up this, but I do not see him, based off of everything I've seen, being in the trenches. That's when the true person comes out, and he's still the same way. I don't see the logic behind sticking behind that. I don't see the logic of him getting his license back. In this case, it feels like he's just gonna be doing a money pit again, and basically throwing all his money away, having to move over and over and over again. So we'll see. But that's what I look at. I look at, is this person reliable? Have they shown that they can be reliable? Can they be molded? Can they be taught? You know, will they listen to somebody who has more info on particular knowledge base, like building business and stuff? Will they listen to that? And the answer in most of these cases for Frank right now is no. He won't listen to me. He won't budget his money. So I already know that's a no. That's a no. Now with Rosario, his wife, you know, at least before I got a job, she was cool, right? Now I gotta give you guys a little bit of backstory. This might be a little bit of a longer video, but I think that it's noted, especially during this halfway point. You guys need to know exactly what's going on. So, because it's not all fun and rainbows, right? You know, when you live with people, there's gonna be situations that, you know, are a bit weird, but you gotta just deal with it. So, I think this happened like a year ago, maybe a little bit less, but basically, the lady who owns the house that we live in, that we're renting, she never did the plumbing. This is an old house, right? She never did like the plumbing and stuff. So when we first got in the house, I mean, we had to like do a lot of shit with the water and all the plumbing and all that stuff. Apparently the plumbing for a lot of, what the fuck is all this? The plumbing for a lot of the house stuff was weird, was all fucked up. I'm talking about like, you know, water wouldn't go in one place. Like, it was weird. And, you know, maybe about 6 months in after moving in, there starts being flooding downstairs in the bathroom, in my bathroom. And it's flooding. I guess the washer, it was the washer that was starting it. And she was washing her clothes in the washer. Okay, I'm going to turn off the washer to stop, you know, thing. And I tell her, hey, don't flush. Don't do any flushing or whatever, because it's going to flood downstairs. Wait until Frank gets home, because we need to figure this out. For whatever reason, she keeps on flushing the toilet. She goes downstairs. She turns on the washer again. She asked me if I turned off the washer. I was like, yes, I turned it off. I need to wait because the bathroom is flooding. And it's not flooding of water. It's flooding with shit water. Like shit. Actual shit coming up. And so, and I'm getting buckets. I'm running them outside and dumping them. I'm dumping all this shit water outside to get things going, like to save my shit, because my room is right next door to my bathroom. I do not want that flooded water to go into my bathroom, onto my carpet, and then stink up my room, because that is my room, right? She goes and turns on the washer again, like maybe 5 minutes later. I think she did this without me like seeing it or something like that. But I noticed that it's back on, and I turn it off. And I say, Rosario, did you turn it on? She's like, I gotta wash my clothes. And I said, bro, you stop, because I need to turn this shit off, and I gotta save everything, okay? And she's like, but I gotta wash my clothes. And she's like, it got weird. And I said, I'm gonna keep turning it off if you don't like you need to stop. You know, call Frank, do whatever, but you need to stop. And she tried to like do it again, and I just turned off the fucking dryer, like the washer. I turned it fucking all off. I disconnected that shit. And she got so pissed, she said like, fuck you and all this other stuff. I'm like, I gotta fucking save downstairs. What the fuck do you want me to do? Like, what? And so that's who she is. Like, okay. And before that, making me food. And then after that, she said that I couldn't use the washer and the dryer anymore, so I had to go wash my clothes somewhere else at like a laundromat. Like, there's all this other bullshit for no reason, just to save my room. And that happened like one other time too, but I forget the other time. The other time it was just there, and I had to deal with it. She didn't help, she didn't do anything, but she knew it was happening, something like that. So it was fucked. And then I go and so that happened, and you know, again, she considers me her son. She gives me praise. She's glad that I know Spanish, all this shit. But when somebody shows you their true colors like that, you know? And Frank's like, oh, no, she's just in a mood. She's just in a mood. Okay, cool, whatever. So I haven't been paying rent for this last 6 months or so. Granted, let me remind you guys, Frank owed me $7,500 for a couple of the jobs that we had, but he was losing money and paying the lawyers and stuff, so I never asked him for that money back. But I had it on the whiteboard that basically he owed me that money, $7,500, somewhere around there, for all the stuff that I was helping him with the court stuff, all that stuff. Everything that we were doing with Santa Rosa, I was helping him with, basically with no paycheck. So I was helping him with all that stuff, and he said, yeah, just go ahead and write it on the whiteboard, and I'll go ahead and get you all covered. Obviously, that never happened. But Rosario knew this too. She knew that basically he owed me money, and that because of that we were both in the same situation. He wasn't making money. He was broke. I'm also broke, you know, because I didn't have a job at that time. I was doing Uber just to sustain myself, and he wasn't able to pay. So it was really just me doing Uber and working full-time to do that. Yet she has, and I was also taking her to the hospital. I was taking Frank to the hospital at least those couple times. Like, I was taking people to their medical appointments and stuff like that. Yes, she did buy me food and stuff, like, after the appointments, but I was still using gas and all this other shit. She still has the audacity at this point, or at that point, to say, you know, why aren't you chipping in for anything, you know, or why aren't you, or she wasn't getting messed up back then. Okay, so back then she wasn't getting really messed up because I think she understood, but at first she was like, hey, why isn't he paying, like, I think it was like $20 or $30 to help out. So that's when I ended up giving her just a tiny bit of money for groceries and shit. It's all I could do. Like, that was like half of my money for the week. So I don't even know why I was doing that, but I was helping out where I could. Now, for the last 2 months, she's been understanding. I haven't heard shit about shit. Maybe that's because I wasn't listening, or I wasn't, like, really, like, paying attention. But now, for the weirdest shit is that now I'm listening, right? And I hear her with, you know, Jose, which is the guy who basically is, who helps us with our horses and stuff like that. He comes and eats dinner with us at night, usually. And, you know, I hear them talking in Spanish, and she's talking about me in some regards, not paying my rent. And I'm like, I'm here in my head, I'm thinking, what the fuck do you mean? I know this is getting a little dramatic, but I mean, like, what the fuck do you want me to do? Like, I just started a new job, okay? I'm paying everything back that I needed to do 7 months ago. I haven't had a job. I still need to pay for my car, still need to pay for insurance, still had to pay for tags, you know, 2 months ago. Like, I had to pay for all this stuff, and still have to pay for some stuff, like headlights and stuff like that. But she has the audacity to say this. Plus, remember, I already told her and Frank, like, literally, like, a couple of weeks ago, that I am going to pay for the electricity bill, because it's all I can do right now. I'm not lying. Like, that's all I can do right now. I budget for myself. I'm not giving her my whole entire paycheck. I don't want to give her shit, to be honest, because it's not going to go to any use. I have to pay Frank because Frank doesn't have any income coming in. So we have to pay for the bills somehow. That's the only way. So, that being said, every night, I swear to you not, every night for the past 3 days, I have heard her in Spanish talking about, to other people, to her family, to everything, about how either I think that she's dumb because I'm not paying rent or something like that. Something along those lines. But I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? What do you mean? Yes, I'm not paying rent, but also I agreed with Frank that I was going to go ahead and pitch in for PG&E. Now, should I do that? Should I have to do that? No, because technically he owes me $7,500. So if I had to take that out of my rent every month, then it wouldn't be until next month that I have to pay rent, July, right? Because I started not paying rent somewhere around December time, I believe, around December. So it'd be January, February, March, April, May, June, July, for $1,000 a month. Technically half of July. But, like I said, I told Frank, hey, I'll go ahead and pitch for PG&E to this month, because I'm not going to get commission for 2 months. So you have to realize I'm making half of my money, only half right now. I'm not going to get commission until, not July, until August. I'm not going to get commission until August, the end of August. So, do you have to wait until then? Yes. But will you? No, it doesn't seem like she is. So I've already had the plan in my head that I'm going to fucking move in 3 to 4 months. Once I have enough saved up, I will move. I don't fucking care. I will make sure to because it's just a bad situation. It's toxic. It fills my head with anxiety that just being around people that don't really respect you. I don't agree with that. And it's funny because she said that, this is her words, money equals respect. What the fuck? If you as a person, I'm talking to you as the audience, if you guys don't respect me, I'm not going to respect you. That's just how it works. And if she has already shown that she doesn't respect me, and at the very end of the day, she wants to do the washer situation washer situation all over, that was the first day, that was when I really saw her true colors, right? And so that's always been in the back of my mind. And seeing her talk behind my back and not talk to me directly, anytime she has an issue, she tells Frank and Frank tells me. It's those type of shits, it's those types of things that just make me just want to, okay, I'm going to just bounce. You're not worth my fucking time, my respect. You're not worth it. I have never cursed at her. I've never talked back to her. I have never raised my voice at her, aside from the washer thing, but even then I was polite, calm, whatever. I have never done that to either Frank or Rosario, ever. And she has the audacity to treat me like that and say these things. So it just shows what type of person I am and what type of person she is. But that's what I've been living with, And I've always known that she'll ask Frank for money here and there. She thinks that she needs everything paid for. And she's milking her workers' comp, when she could clearly go to work, It's those types of situations, but yet she will still be mad that she's inside all day and stuff like she doesn't make friends. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like she's not doing anything, so she gets mad, and the only person she can really get mad at is me. And so it fuels everything, and then she gets mad about the rent because we're poor right now. I don't understand it. So it's just one of those things that I'm just you know what? Once my days due, once I have everything all pretty much set up and shit, then I'm just gonna move out, because I'm not dealing with something like that. I'm not dealing with that. So more than likely I'll keep up the facade if I have to. If we move earlier than that, then I'll keep up the facade, but more than likely I'm gonna save up, make sure I have all my eggs in a row before September, and then I'll just move. So I don't know. So that's the drama portion of this video. The other thing is, my sister finally hired me as an editor on her podcast. So that's going to be cool. She's doing a whole podcast stuff, so I'm glad to be a part of that. I'm glad I have skills that can apply to certain areas of life, and I'm not just basically single-handedly just putting all my eggs in one basket. That's just what I do. So hopefully within the next couple weeks, I will talk more about that. But that's been fun just to kind of, go over, what she's doing. And I'm almost done finishing my book. Not finishing, but the proofing. So that way it'll be officially on Amazon. So once it is, that would be cool. If we can get a couple sales, a couple reviews, then all that goes to fuel this new project that I'm doing with my artists as well. So that's been cool. So that's another road I'm traveling down. My bot's working again, so I got my crypto bot going again. So most of the funds and stuff that I don't need right now are just going to that, and it's just trading when it can trade. YouTube channel, I got a copyright strike, so that's going slower now. I gotta wait 90 days for the strike to come off, so I have no clue about that. I think it might be donezo for a little bit on that. And yeah, work is going well, so I really can't complain about anything. All I can do is learn, get better, and try to. I'm learning Unreal still. The price of the coin went up really nicely. It's higher than it was at least a month ago. So that's been going nice. It's a slow roll because my boy Pixadox, or AJ, he's slowly, very, very slowly working on my fucking model. So I can't do anything until that's modeled up, but hopefully I can get that rolling and going and stuff and do some mocap with that and learn Unreal. So that's been a slow progression as well. So I got a lot of projects that I'm working on right now, but having that job as like the background and basically still having the time for myself has been nice. It's been tiring, but having that extra 2 days versus working 7 days a week has been good, has been very chill. And I think, like I said, within the next month or so, you guys are going to see a lot of development, finally, like actual development. Like I said, I've been working out and trying to get my job back, to where it used to be. I remember it being a lot better. So hopefully I can get myself, I'm going to get my hair is going to be done in the next, within the next 3 days, next week. There's a lot of good things that are coming, and I really hope that you guys enjoy the next couple videos that I put out, because they are literally going to be probably that's where you're going to see the arc of the transition. The transition starts on next video. Next video is where my whole life transitions, because now I'll be in a surplus. I'll have pretty much everything that I need paid for. Also, I'm not paying for PC equipment yet because they're changing a lot of things with render. Render has been going really well, but like I said, they are changing render to pay a little bit less. So I have to see how that actually looks to know whether that's a bad thing or I'm in the green still. Whether it's still going to give me like a decent amount. So we'll see on that. But that's been paying me almost about $200 a week. And with my sister also giving me a decent amount as well each week, it really makes everything super sustainable, to where I can make about $300 to $500 extra a week, which is nice. I mean, that's an extra $900 to about $2,000 a week, or a month, which ain't bad. That's not bad at all. So I'm down for it. And like I said, we'll see where all this drama goes, but I'm not really concerned because I'm not doing anything wrong. And also, I already said that I was going to pay for some shit. So she can be butthurt for all she wants, but just know, if somebody's bullying you and being a toxic part of your environment, just get away from that environment. It's really not worth staying. That was the first time I stuttered there. It's really not worth staying, in my best belief, because it's just going to down your mental. If you're a creative or something like that, it's really just going to toxify like every part of your being. And it's just best to leave that, even if, like, let's say the rent is good, but now you're in a toxic situation. Pay more in rent and be in a better situation, like in a better environment. That's what I would say. So, yeah. So hopefully things go well. I'll probably update in the next, 1 to 2 weeks, or maybe after my haircut. I don't know. So, but we'll see. Take it easy. Bye.
The barcode has to be on the front, which is technically the back in this case, but they don't really care. So I had to move the text and stuff up a little bit. It looks kind of wonky just because you're gonna have a barcode here, but just how it has to be, I guess. Yeah, so I'll order this proof, but it should be the last proof I have to order, and then these will go on Amazon probably by next week.
So yeah, that's just a quick update, but it just sucks that I can't have my little barcode right here where it needs to be. It has to be right here. I'll never get over this, okay? I'll never get over it.
So if you thought the video was good, please give it a like and share. It really helps. And don't forget to subscribe so you can see the rest of the story unfold. This project is so close to my heart, and your support keeps it going. Thanks so much. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time in the archives of a Shiba Millionaire.
なんとなく生きてんじゃないですか。迷ってんじゃないですか。生き生きさい。簡単ですよ。過去のことを思っちゃダメだよ。なんであんなことしたんだろうって怒りに変わってくるから。未来のことも思っちゃダメ。大丈夫かな。不安になってくるでしょ。ならば一生懸命一つのところに命をかける。そうだ。今ここを生きていけばみんな生き生きするぞ。どうしてそこでやめるんだ。そこでもう少し頑張ってみろよ。ダメ諦めたら周りのこと思えよ。応援してる人たちのこと思ってみろって。あともうちょっとのところなんだから。俺だってこのマイナス10度のところしじみが取れるって頑張ってんだよ。絶対やってみろ。必ず目標達成できる。だからこそネバーギブアップ。